Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to have a look at a couple of weirder news stories, quite frankly. Things which I wasn't expecting, but are actually extremely cool and very relevant, and you probably need to know about. Some of this you're going to look at and go, oh, well, I'm very jealous, I'm not able to get that, and yes, that might be the case. Other stuff of this, you're going to look at and go, well, hang on a second. That's super relevant to me. I'm very excited to see this kicking off. But let's start off with some fridge magnets. You see, I did get a message from, I get this quite a lot. I get lovely messages from all you lovely ladies and gentlemen over on Twitter. But I got a message from Devansh Kapar. Apologies for any bad pronunciations there. Just saying, hey, Wassy, have you seen these? And I actually hadn't. And what we've got is a booster pack for a Pokémon TCG magnet, and they opened it, and they got Charizard. Yeah, that's right. Pokémon TCG fridge magnets, which are TCG cards, but as actual fridge magnets. It's really quite ridiculous. Now, it has actually been announced. Now, these are over in Singapore. These have been announced over on the Singapore Facebook. It's all official and above board, etc. And essentially, it's to celebrate Paradox Rift. Don't worry about the fact that none of the cards featured are from Paradox Rift. Don't confuse yourself. It's going to be fine. You go along to 7-Eleven in Singapore. You spend $15 on stuff that includes Pokemon TCG items. And you get yourself one free Pokemon TCG magnet at random. And although the Facebook post doesn't actually show you what the booster pack looks like, I showed you because the fans showed me, and I'm very, very delighted that they did. And this is awesome. They seem to be very, very much like the regular Pokemon cards, but just as fridge magnets. And I think this is brilliant. And I have asked the fans if he could, keep an eye out. If any are found, if you wanted to send me one or two, I'd happily pay the postage for that. We will have to see. But this is a weird kind of thing you don't see happening very often. Now, I must confess, I am slightly frustrated when I look at this for too long. Because firstly, it's there to celebrate the release of Paradox Rift, but none of the cards are from Paradox Rift. And secondly, the Charizard, Koraidon, and Miraidon are full art, but the Pikachu and Mew are just regular. And okay, fine, the Pikachu doesn't have a full art. That's okay. It's because it came from the Pikachu EX deck over in Japan. There was no full art that was ever made of this card, so you were never going to find a full art of this Pikachu. This Pikachu doesn't actually exist as a full art. There is no full art. But the Mew came from 151. And there absolutely is a full art of the Mew from 151. Here it is, it's on the screen. Why is that full art not being used here? That's very weird to me. That's incredibly weird to me. I don't understand why we're getting a Mew when there's a full art Mew sitting right there. That's super weird to me, and I don't understand it, and I wish I could give you an explanation, but I can't. But we do have regular Mew. We've got regular Pikachu. This is, of course, the Pikachu. Like I say, it was a promo over in Japan, but we just got it as part of our Paldea Evolved expansion. Just whacked into Paldea Evolved. That's where it came from. Job's a good un. And then you've got the full art Charizard, the full art Terra Charizard from Obsidian Flames, which is a very cool card. I rather suspect this is going to be the big one. And then you've got your full art Koraidon and Miraidon from Scarlet and Violet base. Again, they come as full art. It's maddeningly inconsistent. We've got some from Scarlet and Violet, one from Obsidian Flames, one as a promo or Paldea Evolved, depending how you look at it, one from 151, and 3 of them as full arts, one of them that doesn't have a full art, and one of them that does have a full art, but we don't get the full art. There we go. There's your explanation. I hope that made perfect sense. Are we going to get these over here? Nah. Sorry. We're just not. I know places like the US have 7-Eleven where we don't. Although, right, I went to 7-Eleven in Australia when I did the Oceania Internationals in February. 7-Eleven in Australia, kind of meh. Went to 7-Eleven in Japan when I did Worlds. Oh, 7-Eleven in Japan are awesome. And I know it's a different card game, and I'm sorry, but my last few days I was in Japan, they started giving out One Piece cards when you bought fried chicken in Japan at 7-Eleven. So I'd go to 7-Eleven and buy delicious fried chicken and get free One Piece cards. It was phenomenal, and I was absolutely delighted. Not terribly relevant, but I thought you guys needed to know. So this is a cool promotion, something to be happy about. And they're going to be around. You're going to be able to pick them up. Remember, if you're buying them from other places, ship them and use the code PTCG Radio 15. These are actually the English versions of the cards because they are from Singapore. So good luck to all you lovely ladies and gentlemen trying to get to Singapore to pick these up. These are awesome. Although Devansh did actually tell me, even if you go to Singapore, these are not exactly easy to find everywhere. I'm sorry. But while we're looking at very cool stuff which is happening everywhere, there's something a little bit closer to home. Something happening in Germany. Shout out to Mr. Stolles for letting us know about this. And basically, if you buy a German Paradox Rift booster bundle from Amazon, you get yourself a PTCG live code for Iron Valiant. Now, in terms of the actual value of this and how exciting it is, it's not great. I'll be honest with you, right? It's just a random EX on PTCG Live, okay? That's not my point. My point is, I don't remember seeing individual cards being given out as little promos here when you buy Pokemon TCG products. I don't remember that being a thing. And this could be, and I'm not saying it will be, but this could be the start of a new trend. This could be a new thing that's just started happening, and this is kind of the first instance of it. And that's kind of brilliant, honestly. Like, Iron Valiant is clearly a phenomenal card in the Pokemon TCG. I think at this stage, even though Paradox Rift has only just come out, I think we can say that with a fair degree of certainty. Iron Valiant, great card. It's got the ability Tachyon Bits, which when it comes into the active lets you drop a couple damage counters, but on any Pokemon it doesn't have to be the active. It's clearly a brilliant card. But getting a random... Like, we've seen codes for random one-off Pokemon in the game all the time. But codes for random one-off cards in PTCG Live? Like, we all know if we buy a product, we're getting a code to get the promos that are in the product in PTCG Live. That's been the case for a while. That is not controversial or new or special. But the idea that we're now going to be potentially getting this as a thing, just, hey, it's a random pre-order bonus, that's really cool. And I'm genuinely, legitimately excited about this. I really hope this carries on. As it stands at the moment, it's just in Germany, it's just for Paradox Rift, it's just for booster bundles, which I've told you this before. Booster bundles are generally a bit meh. They're 6 packs for the price of 6 packs, and they're fine. But there's nothing special about them. You can literally go and buy 6 loose packs, and it's the same thing, but you don't get a little cardboard box. Which, actually, I will say, if you're, say, at an event, or on holiday, or you're away from home, actually getting that little box to keep your cards in is sneaky quite good. I found myself getting some random cards and promos, etc. for Battle Spirit Saga when I casted the Pro Tour in Utrecht a week or so ago. And I had nowhere to keep them, and I had to run around trying to find a little deck box. Something like a booster bundle, actually, yeah, it is kind of awesome for that. But generally speaking, they're fine, they're meh, it's all good. Now, obviously, for sets like 151, where you cannot go and buy individual booster packs, then buying a booster bundle 6 packs at the price of 6 packs is the best value you can find and is amazing. Here, it's alright, it's fine. It's not particularly exciting, and like I say, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that getting a code for an Iron Valiant EX in PTCG Live is some kind of amazing thing. It's not. But as a start, potentially, and I don't know, but as the potential start of a trend where this just becomes a standard thing where you buy stuff and this shop's giving you this on PTCG Live and this shop's giving you that, oh, I love it. I think it's brilliant, and I really, really hope it continues. But let's, just before we finish here, pivot away to another story that unfortunately is going to be a little bit out of reach for some of you, which does make me a little bit sad, because I am very much one of you. But you can, over in Malaysia, go to the new expansion, Battle. And when you go to the new expansion battle, you can get yourself that Pikachu. And actually remember, this Pikachu for a long time, it was seemingly being given out like everywhere but in English. And then, of course, we did see the other day that this card is being made available at leagues. So, not a hard card to get hold of. Go to your local league, go and grab it. You participate in this new expansion battle, you get this, it's lovely, that's not the point. Because we've also got the Pokémon TCG Academia Boot Camp. Oh, I want this. Every participant receives this playmat, deck box, and metal case. That's absurd. That's absolutely absurd. This makes me want to take a trip to Malaysia. And obviously I'm not going to take a trip to Malaysia to go and pick up a playmat, deck box, and metal case. Sometimes I do wonder what I would be like if I wasn't married with 3 children, but I was still doing this job and showing you all of these cool things, and how irresponsible I would be going on ridiculous trips to try and grab some of this stuff and make content about it. Luckily, I'm old and I'm married and have many children, so it's less of an issue. But I do sometimes wonder about that. Point is, you go to Malaysia, you get this cool stuff. Join the Pokémon TCG Academia Bootcamp in Malaysia on November the 18th at Pavilion Bukit Jalil. Sorry for the pronunciation. Calling all university students, we have more seats available, and we welcome you to be a part of this fantastic event. As a participant, you receive a complete set of playmat, deck box, and metal case, all featuring the Pokémon TCG Academia series logo. This is so cool. This is one of the coolest things I've shown you in a while. I adore this playmat. I absolutely adore this playmat. And I will never own this playmat. I will never get this playmat. I understand that. I accept that. That doesn't mean I'm not very, very jealous of everyone that does actually get this playmat, because this playmat is clearly fantastic and brilliant and awesome. Right, there we go. That's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me how excited you are. Tell me if you want all this cool stuff I've shown you in this video. Go nuts in the comment section. But be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. Oh, and you can get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Andrew Kincaid, who's been a supporter of us for a while. Lovely person, helped me out with a bunch of stuff as well. I'm a very big fan of Andrew Kincaid, and they're lovely. But by far, the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.